Right.
Okay. Hello, everyone. So if you have a heart, which that's all of us out there, then you've got to listen to what we have to say today. I'm Lisa, and this is Dr. Ryan. Welcome to our Monday training, where we teach you how our amazing products can help benefit your health span, right?
Yeah, you bet.
And so today we have our beloved Super Reds. So we're going to talk all about our Super Reds. We're going to go into detail about I'm going to have Ryan especially go into detail about the ingredients, why he chose what to put in it, the benefits, who it's for, which I kind of already said, everybody that has a heart. But yeah, so how shall we begin? Super Reds is such an amazing heart healthy supplement, and it has many ingredients in there, super high in antioxidants, high in polyphenols, ingredients that you don't see in every product, what's wrong? Ingredients that you can't easily source from your local grocery store. And that's the goal. The goal is not to really put ingredients in here that we can go easily get, like strawberries and blueberries and stuff that we all love to eat every day. It's stuff that have such a healthy benefit that we really can't source very easily, right?
Correct.
So let's start off by reading a little blurb from this study that I was taking, and then you can elaborate into that.
Okay. Surprise.
All right. So I took this from this study I was just reading. The concept of antioxidants as a therapeutic intervention to prevent coronary artery disease arose from the oxidized low-density lipoprotein theory of arterial sclerosis. Once it was recognized that antioxidants could prevent free radical species from oxidizing lipoproteins, investigators began to explore the relationship between antioxidants and arteriosclerotic cardiovascular disease in large population-based studies. Many of these studies demonstrated an inverse relationship between antioxidant levels and adverse cardiac events.
Okay.
So that says a lot, but let's kind of dissect it and elaborate a little bit on that, because I think that's one of the main things, like the powerful benefits of our Super Reds.
Yeah, there's a lot of big words in there, so we'll simplify it for sure. I think oxidative stress. Well, what does that mean? So coronary artery disease is really well, let's back up a second. So heart disease is the #1 killer of really all Americans. I mean, for most people, I think in the world, number one heart killer is heart disease, right? Mm-hmm. What does that mean, though? It's typically heart attack and stroke. And what does that start with? Coronary artery disease. It's where the lining of the blood vessel starts to kind of lose its opening. It gets built up with these layers. Just call them plaques. That's what they refer to and what they're talking about. But those plaques really start with some insult somewhere. And they call it a silent killer because over years and years and years of this accumulation of plaque can lead to an occlusion or a block. And that's your heart attack, that's your stroke, it could be your cardiac arrest, which is very personal for me. My dad died of a cardiac arrest like 2.5, 3 years ago. So totally get it. I totally understand how it affects families and how relatable this disease is. But where we're coming from is how preventable and how much more we can do on a daily basis to, extend our lifespans and to ultimately, hopefully, slow down the progression of heart disease. Because, over time, that's what happens, right? Not only do we build up plaques, but we also stiffen. So our arteries get stiffer and stiffer and stiffer. And that's like when we talk about collagen, we talk about elasticity, that same stuff is happening on the insides in our vasculature, in our blood vessels, right? So and
also what goes along with that plaque buildup, and then the same amount of blood is trying to rush through, so the pressure builds. Goes up. So there we go, high blood pressure, right?
Yeah, pressure builds. Yeah, so going back to that study, though, that's really just saying they've recognized that an imbalance between free radicals, which are reactive oxygen species, and antioxidants, which are beneficial compounds that can neutralize these free radicals. When we have too many free radicals, look, there's good and bad, right? We generate free radicals in response to exercise and yoga and some of the things that we do and heated environments and things like that.
Sure.
But when we have too many free radicals at too high a level, that typically can lead to oxidative stress. Right. And that's where the body is unable to keep up and unable to neutralize some of these insults. I'll call them insults, and ultimately, like that study referenced, it was an oxidized LDL particle. So LDL is your bad cholesterol. Mm-hmm. It's just and that's a well-known contributor to the coronary artery disease, is having high cholesterol, high LDL, and high triglycerides, which are the fat in the blood, and having some oxidized particles. And there's a lot of things from a lifestyle perspective that we can do So today we're going to talk about the Super Reds. We're going to talk, and it is like our pride and joy because it's such a great supplement in so many ways. We'll talk about 3 main areas of how they can impact your life today.
Right, perfect. And we want to talk about who is this for, and we've said everybody with a heart, but it's really like, it is also for prevention, right? So we want to make sure like our cardiovascular system is functioning strong and properly for the remainder of our life. So you need to be preventative. It's not just using it to possibly help rid maybe parts of cardiovascular disease. It's really about prevention as well. But also there's other benefits to this. So let's just, while we're talking about that, let's get right into it. So performance, exercise performance, sexual health, those kind of both have to do with this